Point of no return. Swallow the light. Gravity is bending every heavy single line, pulling all your fading energy directly into mine. Approaching perfectly the absolute and heavy edge, standing quietly upon the midnight cosmic ledge. Space and time are warping perfectly around the mass, watching all the heavy silent centuries slowly pass. No escape velocity can break the heavy chain, binding us forever in the heavy midnight pain. Crossing perfectly the heavy unseen boundary line, leaving every single heavy memory behind. Caught inside the heavy event horizon tonight, swallowing the last remaining drops of fading light. Zero chance of leaving from this heavy dark space, falling infinitely in the absolute place. Time is stopping perfectly up on the heavy screen, becoming part of everything that you have never seen. Even horizon, infinite pull, no escape. Stretching out the heavy frequency into the deep. Promises the singularity is gonna keep. Clocks are ticking slower on the heavy outside view, but the absolute momentum takes a hold of you. Slipping past the heavy and the absolute unknown, taking up your position on the cosmic dark throne. Nothing can return from this heavy silent well, trapped entirely inside the gravitational spell. Crossing perfectly the heavy unseen boundary line, leaving every single heavy memory behind. Caught inside the heavy event horizon tonight, swallowing the last remaining drops of fading light. Zero chance of leaving from this heavy dark space, falling infinitely in the absolute place. Time is stopping perfectly upon the heavy screen, becoming part of everything that you have never seen. Infinite density. Time is frozen at the edge. Do not look back, just a heavy fall. Upon the heavy screen, becoming part of everything that you had never seen. Even horizon, absolute dark. Cross the line. No way out. I do not want one anyway. Curtains drawn, shutting out the street, moving to the rhythm of the heartbeat. Velvet grip holding me so tight, guiding me through through the endless night. Shadows stretching across the bed, messing with the thoughts inside my head. The world outside has disappeared, everything is exactly as it appeared. Tension wrapping around my throat. We are sailing on a sinking boat. Caught in the velvet grip tonight, blurring the edge of wrong and right. Do not need no vision in the dark, just let the heavy bass leave a mark. Sinking deep into the mattress now, breaking every single holy vow. Velvet grip, hold me down. Fingertips leaving a burning trail. In this dark room we can never fail. Whispering secrets into my ear, telling me everything I wanna hear. Time is completely frozen still, bending my body right to your will. A dangerous game that we love to play, hoping the sun never brings the day. Tension wrapping around my throat. We are sailing on a sinking boat. Caught in the velvet grip tonight, blurring the edge of wrong and right. Do not need no vision in the dark, just let the heavy bass leave a mark. Sinking deep into the mattress now, breaking every single holy vow. So soft, but so strong. Do not let me go. Keep your grip on me. Caught in the velvet grip tonight, blurring the edge of wrong and right. Do not need no vision in the dark, just let the heavy bass leave a mark. Sinking deep into the mattress now, breaking every single holy vow. Velvet, keep holding on. Do not let go. Compress the fluid, kill the bounce. Heavy rubber sitting perfectly between the steel, changing absolutely how the midnight shadows feel. Absorbing every single heavy impact on the road, carrying the absolute and massive midnight load. High hydraulic fluid pushing hard against the heavy valve, finding every single heavy problem it can solve. Swallowing the heavy in the violent kinetic strike, exactly what the absolute and perfect shadows like. Killing the isolation in the heavy dark deep, making sure the heavy midnight promises we keep. Caught inside the heavy, dampened tonight, swallowing the shock and killing the light. Zero vibration, making it through the heavy frame. Nothing in this heavy room will ever feel the same. Holding perfect stability inside the hidden space, smooth and heavy motion in the absolute place. Dampen, total absorption, perfectly flat. Piston moving perfectly inside the heavy tube, sliding down entirely inside the heavy groove. Friction reproduction, turning all the heavy energy to heat, keeping every single heavy rhythm on the beat. Spring is compressing under heavy solid mass, watching all the heavy midnight static slowly pass, rebounding exactly at the heavy perfect pace, leaving absolutely zero damage in the place, killing the isolation in the heavy dark deep, making sure the heavy midnight promises we keep. Caught inside the heavy, damping tonight, swallowing the shocking, killing the lies. Zero vibration, making it through the heavy frame. Nothing in this heavy room will ever feel the same. Holding perfect stability inside the hidden space, smooth and heavy motion in the absolute place. Take the hit, do not shake, observe the heavy weight, just ride through the dark. Caught inside the heavy, damping tonight, swallowing the shocking, killing the lies. Zero vibration, making it through the heavy frame. Nothing in this heavy room will ever feel the same. Holding perfect stability inside the hidden space, smooth and heavy motion in the absolute place. Damn pink. Zero shake. Observe the shot. Count backwards from 10. Let the numbness take over. Cold liquid running directly into the vein, erasing the memory, erasing the pain, losing sensation right down to the fingertip. Silence is hanging heavily on the lip. Temperature dropping inside the sterile room, wrapped up beautifully in the midnight gloom. No more reacting to the heavy outside noise, listening only to the solitary voice. System is shutting down without a single fight, fading entirely into the velvet night, drifting away inside the anesthesia tonight, far away from the heavy and blinding light. Zero emotion left inside the heavy shell, living perfectly inside this silent spell, numb to the core from the heavy dark sound, safely buried underneath the solid ground. Anesthesia. Total disconnect, zero feeling. Heartbeat is slowing exactly to the base, a perfect emptiness inside this heavy space. No more anxiety and no more heavy fear, nothing can touch us as long as we are here. Paralyzed completely in a beautiful way, washing the absolute reality away, floating like a ghost above the heavy bed. Silence in the chaos right inside the head. System is shutting down without a single fight, fading entirely into the velvet night, drifting away inside the anesthesia tonight, far away from the heavy and blinding light. Zero emotion left inside the heavy shell, living perfectly inside this silent spell, numb to the core from the heavy dark sound, safely buried underneath the solid ground. 10. 9, 8. You are completely numb now. Just the bass. Drifting away inside the anesthesia tonight, far away from the heavy and blinding lights. Zero emotion left inside the heavy shell, living perfectly inside this silent spell. Numb to the core from the heavy dark sound, safely buried underneath the solid ground. Anesthesia, completely numb. Sleep now. Sleep now. Drop. That is all it takes. Slipping quietly right beneath the skin. This is exactly where the heavy games begin. Spreading slowly through the heavy vein, numbing every single trace of pain. Chemical reaction in the dead of night, wiping out the boundaries of wrong and right. Tasting dangerously sweet upon the tongue, leaving my heavy defenses completely unstrung. There is absolutely no antidote for this, sealed forever by a toxic heavy kiss. Sweet venom running entirely through the blood, washing over completely like a heavy flood. Addicted heavily to the way it burns, ignoring every single lesson learned. Take me down to the beautiful decay. I never wanted to be saved anyway. Sweet venom. In my veins, let it spread. Vision blurring beautifully around the edge, stepping closer to the absolute heavy ledge. Fever rising up exactly like a tide, nowhere in this heavy room left to hide. Craving every single drop that you provide, killing off the last remaining heavy pride. Dangerous to keep you, fatal to let go, watching how the heavy toxicity flows. There is absolutely no antidote for this, sealed forever by a toxic heavy kiss. Sweet venom running entirely through the blood, washing over completely like a heavy flood. Addicted heavily to the way it burns, ignoring every single lesson learned. Take me down into the beautiful decay. I never wanted to be saved anyway. It is taking over. I can feel it in my chest. Do not cure me, just let me fade. Sweet venom running entirely through the blood, washing over completely like a heavy flood. Addicted heavily to the way it burns, ignoring every single lesson learned. Take me down into the beautiful decay. I never wanted to be saved anyway. Sweet venom through my veins, no antidote. Sweet venom. Through my veins, no antidote. Stop the clock. We have all the time in the world. Every second stretching out into a mile, getting lost inside the shadow of your smile. Hourglass is shattered, completely on the floor. I do not even know what time it is anymore. Air is getting thicker with every single breath. Loving this heavy silence, right into the death. Moving in a slow motion, beautifully blind, leaving all the rushing of the world behind. Hanging in the balance of the midnight air. Nothing else exists for us to even care. Suspended in the middle of the dark with you, changing up the colors into a heavy blue. Gravity is failing, we are floating off the ground, lost inside the echo of the heavy sound. Time is fully frozen in this private space. Let the heavy sub-bass dictate the pace. Suspended, floating up. Time is dead. Heartbeats synchronizing to a slower rate. We are the only ones deciding on our fate. Fingertips are tracing a never-ending line, mixing up your energy right into mine. Morning sun is permanently locked away. We are never gonna see another day. Trapped inside the ember of the midnight glow, taking everything deliberately slow. Hanging in the balance of the midnight air. Nothing else exists for us to even care. Changing up the colors into a heavy blue. Gravity is failing, we are floating off the ground, lost inside the echo of the heavy sound. Time is fully frozen in this private space. Let the heavy sub-bass dictate the pace. Time does not move here, just you and me. Spend it in the middle of the dark with you. Changing up the colors into a heavy blue. Gravity is failing, we are floating off the ground, lost inside the echo of the heavy sound. Time is fully frozen in this private space. Let the heavy sub-bass dictate the pace. Suspended. Frozen in the dark. Stop the clock. Stop the clock. Feel the rhythm right under the skin. Fingers pressing right against the vein, driving my heavy mind totally insane. Accelerating in the pitch black dark, lighting up the vital primal spark. Echoes bouncing off the bedroom wall, waiting for for the absolute final fall. Blood is rushing like a tidal wave. Nothing left in here for us to save. Heartbeat sinking to the heavy bass, taking over this entire space. Check the heavy pulse rate tonight, blurring out the line of wrong and right. Rhythm taking absolutely full control, ripping right through the empty soul, banging heavily on the heaven's gate, giving in completely to our fate. Pulse rate beating faster through the chest. Sweat is mixing with the heavy sand, wondering exactly where the hours went. Chest is rising to the 808, moving far beyond the normal state, slipping deeper in the undertow. Where we end up, we do not even know. Tension wrapping like a heavy chain, pleasure bleeding right into the pain. Heartbeat sinking to the heavy bass, taking over this entire space. Check the heavy pulse rate tonight, blurring out the line of wrong and right. Rhythm taking absolutely full control, ripping right through the empty soul, banging heavily on the heaven's gate, giving in completely to our fate. Faster, can you feel it? Beating out of my chest, hold it down for me. Check the heavy pulse rate tonight, check the heavy pulse rate right. Rhythm taking absolutely full control, ripping right through the empty soul, banging heavily on the heaven's gate, giving in completely to our fate. Pulse rate through the veins, keep it beating. Pull me back in. Yeah. Pull me back in. Midnight dripping down the glass, moving slow, we don't need to go fast. Every touch is a heavy dose. Love it the most when you pull me close. I know it's toxic, but it feels so right. Losing our minds in the purple light. Intoxicated by your frequency, you're pouring through my chemistry. No way out, I'm locked inside, taking me on that midnight ride. Your shadow blending into mine, sipping the danger like it's vintage wine. No whisper whisper on my collarbone, making me forget my way back home. Intoxicated by your frequency, you're pouring through my chemistry. No way out, I'm locked inside, taking me on that midnight ride. Don't sober up, don't sober up. Keep pulling me under, 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 under. I'm intoxicated. Intoxicated. Invisible weight. Feel the pull. Floating perfectly unseen inside the heavy room, filling up the empty spaces in the velvet gloom. No reflection bouncing off the heavy hidden mass, watching all the silent heavy hours beautifully pass. Binding everything together with a heavy silent thread. Pulling every single shadow straight into the bed. You cannot see the heavy force, but you can feel the drag. Capturing the heavy midnight in a velvet bag, bending all the light around the heavy empty space, dominating absolutely this entire hidden place. Caught inside the heavy dark matter tonight, swallowing the edges of the fading heavy light. Invisible and heavy in the absolute unknown, sitting beautifully on the heavy midnight throne. Feeling the immense and silent gravitational pull, making sure the heavy midnight energy is full. Dark matter, unseen force, heavy mass. Ghost inside the heavy system, taking full control, adding heavy weight directly to the midnight soul, passing perfectly right through the heavy solid wall, waiting for the total heavy structure just to fall, holding all the heavy darkness in a hidden net, placing every single heavy on the final midnight bed. Zero physical appearance in the heavy fading light, owning absolutely every corner of the night, bending all the light around the heavy empty space, dominating absolutely this entire hidden place. Caught inside the heavy dark matter tonight, swallowing the edges of the fading heavy light. Invisible and heavy in the absolute unknown, sitting beautifully on the heavy midnight throne. Feeling the immense and silent gravitational pull, making sure the heavy midnight energy is full. You cannot see it, but it holds you down. Infinite weight, invisible. Is full. Dark matter, invisible. Feel the weight. your time. No rush tonight. Sparks flying in the cold room air. Fingers running through my dark hair. Stories that are better left untold. Watch the mystery start to unfold. Tension heavy pressing on my chest, putting all my demons to the test. Every second dragging like a weight, pushing us closer to our fate. Keep it steady, keep it low. Watch the dark magic grow. We love that slow burn, waiting for the tide to turn. Let the fire catch the wood, misbehaving like we should. Keep the flame steady and low. Never let the feeling go. Slow burn. Let it burn. So slow. Shadows playing tricks upon the eye. No more reasons left to even try. Melting down the wax upon the floor, always leaving me wanting some more. Whispers echoing against the glass, hoping that this midnight will not pass. Drowning in the heavy atmosphere, nothing else matters when you are here. Keep it steady, keep it low. Watch the dark magic grow. We love that slow burn, waiting for the tide to turn. Let the fire catch the wood, misbehaving like we should. Keep the flame steady and low. Never let the feeling go. Don't put it out, let the heat rise. Consume it all. We love that slow burn, waiting for the tide to turn. Let the fire catch the wood, misbehaving like we should. Keep the flame steady and low. Never let the feeling go. Watch it burn slow. Do not put it out. Sinking down, feel the pressure rise. Sinking down, feel the pressure rise. Leaving all the heavy surface light behind, sinking in the darkness that makes you blind. Dropping down directly to the ocean floor, locking up the heavy submarine door. Millions of tons pressing on the heavy steel, testing how the absolute zero makes you feel. Heartless softly groaning in the midnight deep. Promises the heavy dark ocean gonna keep reaching the absolute heavy limit tonight. Buried so deeply away from the light. inside the heavy crushed depth now. Taking off the heavy in the surface crown. Infinite pressure on the heavy dark glass. Watching all the deep water shadows pass. No one can survive in this heavy dark zone. Sitting perfectly on the underwater throne. Crushed depth. Total pressure, no way up. Sonar is returning, absolutely no sound. Miles and miles underneath the solid ground. Frequencies are dropping to the heavy deep trench. Tightening the heavy in the midnight wrench. Water is as black as a heavy dark ink, giving us absolutely zero time to think. Surrendering perfectly to the massive weight, accepting this deeply as the final midnight fade. Reaching the absolute heavy limit tonight. Buried so deeply away from the light. Caught inside the heavy crushed depth now. Taking off the heavy in the surface crown. Infinite pressure on the heavy dark glass. Watching all the deep water shadows pass. No one can survive in this heavy dark zone. Sitting perfectly on the underwater throne. 10,000 meters. The steel is bending. Just the heavy water sink deeper. Throne. Crushed depth, heavy water. Keep sinking. Reverse the flow. Purify the dark. Pushing hard against the heavy natural tide. Stripping every single flaw you try to hide. Massive pressure on the heavy hidden screen, leaving only what is absolute and clean. Forcing all the heavy liquid through the mesh, separating perfectly the midnight flesh. Leaving absolutely all the dirt behind, filtering the heavy shadows from the mind. Extracting out the perfect heavy midnight core. We do not need the contamination anymore. Caught inside the reverse osmosis tonight. Stripping down the edges of the fading light. Forcing every heavy drop against the grain. Washing out the heavy in the midnight pain. Zero impurities left inside the hidden space. Just the absolute darkness in this heavy place. Reverse osmosis. Total purification. Zero flaws. Membrane holding back the heavy toxic weight. Deciding perfectly the midnight final fate. Only allowing the absolute impure to pass. Reflecting perfectly inside the heavy glass. Rejecting every single heavy compromise. Opening entirely the heavy midnight eye. System is operating at the maximum force. Altering completely the heavy natural course. Extracting out the perfect heavy midnight core. We do not need the contamination anymore. Caught inside the space. Just the absolute darkness in this heavy place. Push through the barrier, leave the waste behind. Only the pure remains. Just a heavy drop. Inside the hidden space, just the absolute darkness in this heavy place. Reverse osmosis. Perfectly clear. Pure dark. Tie the heavy silk. Do not open your eyes. Tying up the heavy silk across the face, erasing every visual inside the space, leaving only heavy frequencies behind, navigating beautifully, strictly blind. Every single sound is magnified at night, taking away the final drop of the light. Focus on the vibration in the heavy floor. We do not need to use our vision anymore. Slipping entirely into the heavy unknown, sitting completely in the darkness alone. Caught entirely beneath the blindfold tonight, wiping out the boundary of wrong and right. Heightened senses taking absolute control. Vibrations reaching deeply in the soul. Trusting completely in the heavy dark sound, safely buried underneath the solid ground. Blindfold. Keep it tight, strictly in the dark. Losing track of every single physical wall, waiting for the heavy midnight hour to fall. Fingertips are reading every single line, mixing up your heavy energy with mine. Shadows do not matter when you cannot see, unlocking every heavy secret part of me. Guided purely by the rhythm and the bass, living completely inside this hidden place. Slipping entirely into the heavy unknown, sitting completely in the darkness alone. Caught entirely beneath the blindfold tonight, wiping out the boundary of wrong and right. Heightened senses taking absolute control. Vibrations reaching deeply in the soul. Trusting completely in the heavy dark sound, safely buried underneath the solid ground. Do not try to look, just listen to the bass line. Let the heavy frequency guide you. Trust the dark. dark. Keep your eyes closed. Exposed to the air. Watch the metal decay. Heavy steel is sitting in the midnight rain, watching how the rust is running through the vein. Oxidation eating at the solid core, breaking down the heavy in the iron door. Surface turning perfectly to heavy red, leaving all the engineering for the dead. Crumbling the dust beneath the heavy touch, knowing that we never really needed much. Structural integrity is falling in the night, losing all the heavy in the metallic fight. Caught inside the heavy corrosion tonight, swallowing the reflection of the fading light. Acid in the heavy air, breaking down the bone, taking over perfectly the heavy iron throne. Nothing ever lasts inside this heavy dark space, slowly rusting out inside the hidden place. Corrosion, total decay, solid to dust. Yeah. Chemistry is taking back the heavy ground, stripping down the metal without a single sound. Flicking off exactly like a heavy dead skin, knowing exactly where the midnight games begin. Bolts are breaking heavily inside the frame, nothing in this heavy room will stay the same. Iron is returning to the heavy dark earth, giving every shadow a completely new birth. Structural integrity is falling in the night, losing all the heavy in the metallic fight. Caught inside the heavy corrosion tonight, swallowing the reflection of the fading light. Acid in the heavy air, breaking down the bone, taking over perfectly the heavy iron throne. Nothing ever lasts inside this heavy dark space, slowly rusting out inside the hidden place. Red rust, eating the steel, let it fall apart, just the slow decay. Taking over perfectly the heavy iron throne. Nothing ever lasts inside this heavy dark space, slowly rusting out inside the hidden place. Corrosion, heavy rust, turn to dust. Turn to dust. Seal the heavy door. Extract the air. Oxygen is pulled entirely from the room, fading out the heavy flowers before they bloom. Pressure dropping down to the absolute zero. We do not need a rescue, we do not need a hero. Walls are closing in, but we do not feel a thing. Cutting off the air before the bird can sing. Sealed inside a box made of heavy dark glass, waiting for the midnight hours beautifully to pass. Atmosphere is thinning completely away. Nothing left for the outside world to say. Trapped inside the heavy vacuum tonight, sucking out the heavy in the blinding light. No more air to carry the heavy sound, floating miles above the solid ground. Breathing in the absolute and total empty space. Locked forever in this isolated place. Vacuum. Zero air. Perfect seal. Lungs are completely useless in the heavy void. Every single earthly connection is destroyed. Moving lips, but there is absolutely no sound. Only the vibration strictly from the underground. Skin is getting cold in the heavy vacuum seal. This is exactly how the absolute nothing feels. Disconnected from the entire human race, floating beautifully in the empty outer space. Atmosphere is thinning completely away. Nothing left for the outside world to say. Trapped inside the heavy vacuum tonight, sucking out the heavy in the blinding light. No more air to carry the heavy sound, floating miles above the solid ground. Breathing in the absolute and total empty space. Locked forever in this isolated place. No resistance, no oxygen, just the empty space. Do not panic. Heavy sound, floating miles above the solid ground. Breathing in the absolute and total empty space. Locked forever in this isolated place. Vacuum. Isolated. Complete silence. Crossing the horizon in the middle of the night, swallowing the final heavy ray of light. Gravity is crushing all the empty space, pulling everything into this hidden place. Masses multiplying perfectly by 10, never going back to how it was again. Collapsing every structure right into the floor. No one ever exits through the heavy door. Falling deeply down an endless heavy well, caught inside the center of a silent spell. Crash inside the heavy singularity tonight, ending the resistance in the heavy fight. Infinite pressure pushing on the heavy bone, claiming the absolute midnight throne. Nothing ever leaves this total black hole, taking full possession of the heavy soul. Singularity. Ooh. Total collapse. Ooh. That's fate. Space and time are blending in a heavy core. Physics do not operate here anymore. Drowning to the center like a heavy magnet, caught forever inside this loving net. Surrendering entirely to the massive weight, accepting this beautifully as a final fate. Everything is unified entirely in black, knowing that the light is never coming back. Falling deeply down an endless heavy well, caught inside the center of a silent spell. Crush inside the heavy singularity tonight, ending the resistance in the heavy fight. Infinite pressure pushing on the heavy bone, claiming the absolute in midnight throne. Nothing ever leaves this total black hole, taking full possession of the heavy soul. You are the center now, infinite density. Do not fight the pull, just collapse. Inside the heavy singularity tonight, ending the resistance in the heavy fight. Infinite pressure pushing on the heavy bone.